All right, hello everybody. Good afternoon and welcome to today's live trading. Hope you're doing all right. Well, not much. This is just about 35%. What happened? Okay, but then let's assume that this is just the beginning and it's just about 2 minutes past the hour of 2. And hope you know what is happening today. Today is FOMC. Today is FOMC. And of course, you already know how it is. All right, you already know how it is. So today is a money-making day for us. All right, it's a money-making day for us. All right, so we're going to be taking out some few trades and also look at how we can actually make it even better and how much you can actually make from the volatilities of today's this afternoon trade. Okay, so let's take a look at the market. And of course, you already know this particular trade. You can always join us via YouTube, or you can go through the recorded videos on YouTube, or join our daily analysis on our Telegram group. All right. There are a lot of things that are actually posted on our Telegram group that you would want. And of course, you can always reach out to me for any other information, or you can also ask a question via the Telegram channel. Okay, great. Now, let's take a look at how the market is actually doing and how we can actually take advantage of this. Okay. I believe you can see my screen now. Okay. Someone is already making a request. Someone is already making a request of US 100. Well, the more you keep requesting some selected instruments, probably the more I may not even analyze it. So it's just let's just take it based on the ones I have looked at already and also have seen some of their trends. I think it will be much easier that way. And please also, when you join, do well to turn off your video. Okay, so today, relax. We're actually going to be starting on a very important trade. And for those of you that took agro commodities yesterday, it was a profitable day for that, but that is not actually our major interest for today. As we're going to be starting with dollar index. All right, dollar index. And okay, I'm just going to remove this. Okay, and remove this, and yeah, remove this, and then remove this as it's not part of this. Okay, now today I'm actually on 1 hour, so let's start it from 1 hour and then look down to what is currently happening. Dollar index currently it's made a little bit high at this point. Now there was a verified resistance just at this point, or actually a proven resistance, but along the line it's actually pushed a little bit higher because of this. So this particular verified resistance is currently keeping price from just going above, all right, above this region. And it was supposed to be a double top, but it didn't make a double top, but rather it made a higher high. You know, of course, this is actually a higher high, all right? It's a higher high. It's not just a high. It's actually a higher high. Okay, let me just use a candlestick template for you to take a look at it. With this, you notice that this particular instrument actually made a new high at this point. It might just be a very tiny one, but it's a new high. All right, it's a new high that was made today. All right, and with that in mind, we're actually looking at this particular market even going a little bit higher. Now, a couple of things that actually be happening in the US economy that have been doing absolutely well for the currency. First of all, you can see that this particular region, they've been having their debt crisis All right, for a while, they've been having their debt crisis. They want to increase their debt ceiling, and that has actually been affecting the economy negative what's it called? Negatively. And now they've actually agreed to increase their debt ceiling. And with that in mind, you can actually start saying, we can say that if that is done, this particular instrument, which is dollar index, is going to have more of this of strength attached to it. But remember, today is FOMC, and it's very much important. The FOMC meeting is coming by 7:30. Sorry, 7 p.m. to 7:30. So we have the first one at 7 p.m. Then we have the meeting. The press report from 7:30. So between 7 p.m. to 8 o'clock, you're going to be having some massive volatility. So I'll really need you to be part of that move and be at alert to at least take advantage of everything that's going to be happening. But for this instrument, let's go to 5 minutes time frame, as we're going to be seeing the direction we're looking for on a smaller time frame. Okay. Remember, on 5 minutes time frame, I will basically using 5 minutes time frame just because of the kind of class we're having. Now, on 5 minutes time frame, I would still be going in for a sell, as price has actually not been able to break above this particular region for a while. All right, price has not been able to break above this particular region for a while, and is also here now. So on dollar index, I'm going to be going for a further sell, and if I'm selling at that point, and my take profit is going to be all the way down to this region. So I am going in for a further sell on dollar index. I'm going in for a further sell on dollar index for this afternoon. Now, looking at it alone, you already know that what price is doing, it has actually been a full consolidation point. But I think there is also a resistance, a support right here, like where I wrote the line initially. There is a support right there. So if you're a conservative trader and you don't just want to jump into the trade immediately, you can hold on for price to comfortably go below that support. But I personally would have just entered instant sell and then take it all the way down. Now, that is because of the kind of formation we've been having on this particular instrument. Remember that we still have more space on this region. All right, we still have more space on this region, and the probability of market covering this point is higher. So if you want to allow it to break above the support and the resistance together, then fine. It means that you are actually going to be entering below this point and above this point. I don't know if you understand what I mean. If you want to hold on for price, there's a support right here. There's also a verified support, and there is also a resistance right here. It's also a verified resistance. So if you want to hold on for price to comfortably go below this point, then fine, do that. Once price go below this point, 103.374, then enter a sell. All right. But if price goes above this particular point, go in for a buy. So it means that your buy position is going to be from somewhere around this region. Okay, so this should be your buy range. This should be your buy range. You can actually buy within this point. So you can buy within this point and make some good profit on it. All right, and then this should be your sell range. This should be your sell range. All right, all these points should be your sell range. It should be your sell range. Now, remember that we're actually supporting more of a long-term sell rather than a buy. Sorry, a buy rather than a sell, because if you check the formation that we're already seeing, it's giving us more of a buy signal on a bigger time frame. But for today, we're going to be going in for a breakout at these levels. Now, I would have actually entered the sell from here, bringing it down, but I say let's just respect this support rise right here and take advantage of this. So sell at this point, this shaded region, sell at those points, sell at those points, sell at the red region, but then you can buy all the way at this point. Do you understand? You can buy all the way at this point. So you can indirectly say that for dollar index, we're looking out for a breakout within that range. But if you don't want to hold on for the breakout, you can enter instant sell. You can enter instant sell and take your profit anywhere down here. You can actually do that, enter instant sell and do that. But now it's actually going to be depending on your own end. So any of the pattern you want to use. But I personally, a sell is actually better in this situation. A sell is actually better in this situation on this trade. But like I said, if you don't want to enter sell, wait for breakout, and then trade it. Now, today, once the trend the volatility starts, it's going to be really, really volatile. So you're going to be having or what's it called, some massive move going forward.
Which commodity is this that you're teaching on, please? I'm just joining.
Okay, sorry about that. So you're going to be, this is actually what we're going to be having. So this is dollar index. It actually measures the strength of dollar. It's dollar index, and it measures the strength of dollar. Do you understand? It's dollar index, and it measures the strength of dollar. And I said I am going in for a sell on dollar index, but if it goes above here, I'll buy within this region. But I'm going in for a sell on dollar index. So with that in mind, let's look at AUD USD. AUD USD. AUD USD currently is on a support. All right, it's currently on a support. And of course, you know that once you get to a support, the first thing that any particular instrument will do is to have a reversal, at least have a massive retracement, and it's actually at a verified support. So on 1 hour time frame, you can go in for a buy. But let's take a look at it on 5 minutes time frame. Let's look at it on 5 minutes time frame and see what we're expecting. Sorry, it's still loading. Still loading. Okay, I think we're fine now. Now, this is where what we've got on this particular instrument. All right, it is still trying to cover up this gap. I thought it has finished loading. Now what's going on? It's already beginning to cover up this gap. All right, this particular space here is already beginning to cover it up. So all this region should actually be your sell. I'll go for a buy. All right, I'll go for a further buy on this particular instrument. I know you'll probably be looking at it that what if it comes down to cover up this point? Then just know that this is the only place to get to. But we're going to be seeing more of a buy on this instrument. It made a double top around here, but I know that for sure. But expect more of a buy on this instrument. Expect more of a buy. Even if you're seeing a sell, just know that the sell is just going to be maybe retest at this point. And even if you enter a buy and you're on a negative, just know that the trade is just getting to this point. But for USD, AUD USD, we're going in for a buy. We're going in for a buy on AUD USD. And our take profit on this particular instrument is at this point. Don't wait till that verified resistance, but then you can take your profit at price 0.65817, 0.65817. So for AUD USD, we're going in for a buy. We're going in for a buy on AUD USD. Yes, it's giving you a more of a sell signal. Yes, I know, but then we are going in for a buy on this particular instrument. So we're buying AUD USD. We're buying AUD. We're buying AUD USD this afternoon. Okay. Now let's also look at USD JPY. USD JPY actually made a very remarkable trend lines here. I actually set up this trade that if it goes below here, I was going to sell, and if it goes above here, I was going to buy, and it did from this point, and I actually bought. So and it's currently resting on this particular resistance at this point. It's resting on this particular resistance at this point. But remember that we were saying that dollar index might be having a little bit of a sell momentum. So if that is the case, Japanese yen, what is it called? The JPY might actually be taking the lead. But there's something you need to understand. Since today, JPY has been weak. All right. If you check across all JPY pairs, you discover that, especially this afternoon, JPY has really been weak. All right. JPY has been weak. Look at GBP JPY has been weak. Look at look at Euro JPY. That's also been weak. Euro has been buying. So in that case, I don't know how many of you actually got this set up yesterday. If you did, congratulations, because I think you've actually made some good money. It was sent yesterday in evening time actually. But so let's go back to this. So that in mind, that being known, JPY has not been very strong today. JPY has not been very strong today. So you looking at this particular formation, you know that dollar is actually going to be taking the lead. But in this case, let's not just enter instant execution. Why? Because dollar is weak, JPY is weak. Dollar is weak and JPY is weak. So the best thing you can do for yourself is to trade a breakout. On this particular instrument. Do you understand? To trade a breakout on this instrument. If JPY was strong, I would have said, okay, maybe just sell. But right now, JPY is not as strong as other pair. So the best thing you can do for yourself is to set a breakout on this instrument. And what is going to be the breakout? If price can comfortably go above here, all right, I'm actually going to be overlooking this week. This week that you've seen here, I'm going to be overlooking it. So I might just push it up a little bit. Okay, somewhere around here. So I'm going to be overlooking the week. So if price can go above this point, I'm going to buy all the way to the untested resistance. So that being said, all this space, all this region is my buy region. So I am buying all the way into that line. I'm buying all the way in that position. So I am buying at this point. I'm buying at this region. Once price can get to this point, I am buying. But if price can comfortably go below this weak support, sorry, this weak resistance that is showing at the base, I will be going in for a sell. And my sell is actually going to be even higher. All right, so all this point is my sell region. All these points, I can actually sell at those regions. Why? Is because, like I already said, dollar is going to be weak. But then why we're not going to be entering an instant buy sell is because currently JPY is also weak. So you're going to be looking at this. If price get in here, buy at this point. But if price can go below where it is, that weak resistance, all these points is yours for the selling. A few persons said they cannot hear me. Please, is there another person that cannot hear me? Let me be sure that the fault is not from my end. Please, who else cannot hear me? Okay, thank you. So I think you favor, you now have your answer. Others can hear me. Thank you very much. I just wanted to be sure because of the statement she made. Okay, so now this is actually what I'm going to be looking out for. This point is for sale. Now, let me tell you something. Even after this class, be monitoring this trade so that anyone that comes out, anyone that plays out, follow it. All right, don't just say that, okay, this is the only trading time. Now, what this thing is all about is to give you the direction of the market within the next 1 hour, right? So that even after the class, you can actually take advantage of them and still be able to make some good profit from the trades. You can still make some good profit from the trade. Do you understand? All right, so that's actually how it is. So even after this, you can decide to set it up, monitor them, so that once the thing clicks, even after the class, take advantage of it and still be able to make some profits on this trade. Do you understand? That is how it is supposed to be. Don't just say, okay, it has ended with the class. No. Please, no. 1,000 times, no. All right, no, it didn't. Now let's take a look at GBP USD. Now GBP USD on 1 hour time frame, I will actually ask you to buy. Do you understand? GBP USD on 1 hour time frame, I will ask you to buy. So if you're a swing trader and you want to look out for a buy position or any entry position on GBP USD, please go in for a buy on GBP USD. And as a trader, you probably would have also already seen the direction. Now let me use the IPM. Perfect. Now this is what I'm actually seeing even on IPM indicator. And looking at this alone is already giving us a clear-cut direction that from this point, we are going to be going in for a buy, and then we're taking our profit at this point. So all the way to this region, is for us to enjoy. We're still buying this particular instrument. But now we're looking at it on 5 minutes time frame. We're looking at it on 5 minutes time frame. And with that in mind, look at how it is. Look at the position. Look at the position. So on 5 minutes time frame, I'll tell you, don't enter buy immediately, but rather than entering buy, you are actually going to be entering buy when price goes above here. Do you understand? You're going to be entering buy when price goes above here, and you're going to be entering sell when price goes at this point. But I personally, I know that we say that dollar is going to be weak. But with this formation, what do you think? Do you think that we can actually follow this sell and come back to this point? Do you think we can follow this sell and come back to this point? There is a resistance here. Now, the truth is that I am actually favoring more of a buy. Really. Okay. I am going in for a buy, but I'm not entering immediately. I'm not entering a buy immediately. So I'm going in for a buy. I'll enter buy at 1.24147, 1.241. 0.47. Now let's take a look at it with this and see what direction we're seeing. Now look at this. Look at this. You see, my moving average is still below my price, still giving me a buy vibe. My moving average is still blue, still giving me a buy vibe, and I've already gotten bull cross, bullish piercing, and everything is still giving me a buy vibe. So I can actually decide to go in for a buy, but I will not do that. Why? Because there is a resistance that has been built up on this point. So buy from here, 1.24142, 1.24142. Enter a buy at that region and then buy to the next verified resistance. Buy to the next verified resistance. Do you understand? Buy from here and then buy to the next verified resistance. All right. But if you want to sell, please only sell when price goes below the weak support. All right. Only sell when price goes below this point. So you can actually decide to sell at this point. But then if you're selling at that point, you have everything that you want to enjoy. So this should be your sell. All right. This should be your sell. And then here should be your buy. Here should be your buy. Every single thing around here is for you to buy, right? So this is where I am buying from. This is where I'm buying from. All right, this is where I'm buying from. Everywhere around here is for my buy, but here is a sell. But please, I am favoring more of a buy. For today's trade, I am favoring more of a buy, okay? I always mention the instrument even before I start. Please always try to listen and follow up also. I said this instrument is GBP USD. GBP USD. And if you want to know, also look at the downside of my screen. You should be able to see the instrument written boldly there, but I always mention their names. This is GBP USD. The previous one I analyzed is USD JPY. USD JPY. USD JPY. And we're on GBP USD. All right. So that is actually what I'm going to be doing on this particular instrument. And if you're looking out for a stop loss, remember I said that we're actually looking out for a massive buy, a buy on this particular instrument. But if you want to set up a stop loss on your buy, then look at this point. If, of course, you know that if I'm trading on this, if I'm entering a buy at this point and all this region is my take profit, now at this region, at this price, 1.23902 should be my stop loss. Do you understand? Or if you want to set up a good stop loss, why not just use the money management calculator? Use the lot calculator. You should be able to see a better deal on how it is used. Do you understand? You can use this lot calculator. And with that in mind, I can say that, okay, this is going to be my price and my take profit. Okay, so this actually should be my stop loss right at this point. And my take profit is all the way up to that region. Where is my... Okay, so this is my price. Okay, sorry, this is my TP. All right, so this is it. All right, this is it. You can actually use this particular setup, and it will give you every single thing that you're going to be making from the trade. And I'm just going to be risking about 3% of my capital, and that is actually what I'm gaining from the trade. All right, that's what I'm getting from the trade. So I might even take my this up a little bit, and I think it is actually a perfect positioning for me. All right, it's a perfect positioning for me. So I think this is actually a better deal for trading. All right, so you can actually use this to set up your take profit and your stop losses and the rest of them. Use the money management calculator. And I actually mentioned it the last time. I mentioned it the last time when we were having classes. So that's actually one of the reasons why I don't just rush into take profit or stop losses, because I know that if you have this, you can easily calculate all those things yourself and know the exact lot size you're going to be using. All right. Once you have this, you already know where your stop loss is going to be and also where your take profit is going to be and the lot size you're going to be using. So in this trade now, if I'm entering the buy on this trade, I'm using 0.5 based on my capital. I'm using 0.5 on the trade. And they're going to be calculating it for you based on your capital. All right. So let's just take a look at Euro USD and then we'll go to gold and then conclude with other indices market. Now on 1 hour time frame also on this particular instrument, I will go in for also a further buy. Remember when I started on GBP USD, I also said that if I want to take up a swing trading kind of a trade, I would have to go in for a buy. But that is not swing trading. This is scalping. So on Euro USD, I am look at the points, look at the point level. All right. Please don't enter buy on this instrument. Don't enter buy on this instrument, but rather go in for a sell. Look at the formation. Now there have been series of consolidation around here. Now this, do you understand where the price is? Look at this thing. It got here and came down here, here, and here. Currently, where my market is. So once price can go below this region, consider a further sell on it. Consider a further sell on this. Do you understand? Consider a further sell on this particular instrument. So for Euro USD for today, I am going in for a sell. So it means that for Euro and USD, I'm favoring dollars. Now, why? Because I expect a kind of a reversal. Look at this massive volatility we've had. So I expect a kind of up to 50% reversal on it. Do you understand? I expect price consolidation. I expect price correction. So what we're trading on this on Euro USD is price correction. So we're going in for a sell on Euro USD. We're going in for a sell on Euro USD. We're going in for a sell on Euro USD. Okay, we're going in for a sell on Euro USD for today. Okay, so now let's just use this last minute to take a look at US30. Let's just use this last minute to take a look at US30 to see exactly what US30 is doing right now. Now, US30 just bounced off from a verified support right here. US30 just bounced off from a verified support. So I will be going in for a further buy on it. I'll be going in for a further buy on US30. Now, there've been a lot of price actions going on right here. So I'm going in for a further buy on US30 also. I'm going in for a further buy on US30. Okay. Now, of course, looking at this particular region, you've noticed that there've been a consistent bearish push. There've been a consistent bearish push. All right. It might not go for a long time, but for now, I am going in for a buy on US30. I'm going in for a buy on US30, and then just taking my profit maybe on this week's resistance. And if it goes above the week resistance, then I can now maybe find another position. And look at the buy is already going in perfectly well. So that if that being the case, I can also consider buy on some other indices market also. All right. So, but it's already it's already 2:30. So, and the volatility is already kicking in. And of course, if you also want to take a look at this, you can also go in for a buy. Do you understand? Also go in for a buy on them. Also going for a buy on them. So it is time actually. Congratulations for anybody that have entered a buy on US30. I remember that I said you can go in for a buy on US30. I didn't really have time to look at gold, but if you're on a sell on gold, just keep selling your gold. But for US30, yeah, we're going in for a buy on US30. For Euro USD, if you're on a sell on Euro USD, you should have been on a good profit. And congratulations if you actually entered the sell. And for GBP USD, yes, I'm still going in for a further buy on GBP on USD JPY. I'm going in for a further buy on USD JPY. And I told you that you can only buy inside here. Please buy only inside the box on USD JPY. Buy only inside the box. Buy only inside the box. And if you had actually entered the trade before now, you probably wouldn't be on profit. But I said it's better to just buy within here. So please buy only inside the box on that instrument. And let's take a look at GBP USD. Okay, GBP USD is still pushing. It's still just consolidating around here. It has not gotten to any of our buy references. It has not gotten to any of our buy references. Do you understand? So, and so that is actually, oh, wow. See the massive reversal we're having on this particular instrument. But I believe you actually had made some good profits on this particular instrument. So, sorry, excuse me. All right, so you can actually watch our repeated broadcasts, the rebroadcast on any of our channels. Either you follow our YouTube page, at least you'll be able to get it. Or you can also join our Telegram link to be able to see other daily activities and analysis. Okay, so we're also actually going to be using the remaining part of the day to look at agro-commodities and seeing how agro-commodities is going to be behaving. So for those of you that trade on agro-commodities, I guess you should be putting in your dancing shoes, because in the next 3 minutes, the instrument of your choice, or should I use the word? Yes, of course, Euro USD. I told you that instant sell. I didn't give you any other preference on Euro USD. I said the Euro USD is an instant sell. I didn't give you any other preference. I told you it's an instant sell. Now, I told you that the reason also, I said because there's going to be a recovery on this particular move. There's going to be a recovery on this particular move. So that is actually why we're looking out for that. And I said USD JPY, you should buy. And I told you the reason also, because US dollars, I know US dollars is weak, but JPY is even weaker. JPY has actually been very weak since the beginning of today. And of course, I told you with that in mind, go in for a buy on it also. Then I said GBP USD, please look out for this particular region, sell at this point and then buy at this point. Don't just buy because of the massive consolidations that have actually been going on. And of course, I said if you're going in for a buy, that is your entry position all the way up. And I guess that should have been that. So in the next 2 minutes, agro commodities will open, but let me just still use the opportunity to answer some of the questions. How do I get the money management calculator? All right. If you want to get the money management calculator, there are some requirements. Please, it has T&C. You can ask your client or you can ask your AM what the T&C is. Then once you meet the T&C, then your details will be sent to me. I'll connect your desk remotely and get it installed for you. Or if you're in Lagos, of course, you can actually come to the studio. We'll get that installed for you. Please, you need my number. Okay, you can actually ask your AM to forward my number to you, or to send your own number to me. All right, then I'll give you a call so that we can actually have conversation. How do we protect our money when we buy or sell? Well, that is actually what you're going to be asking your account manager. He'll be able to explain that to you. Is this a class for VIP? This class is not for VIP. This class is for traders. All right, this class is for traders. So as a VIP, this is your class. And as any other trader, this is also your class. All right. So then it's just a minute to agro commodities. Now take a look at it. We're going to be looking at wheat, corn, and soybean. Wheat, corn, and soybean. And we're using the gap closure strategy. We're using the gap closure strategy. All right. We're using the gap closure strategy. So once there is a gap, then we have a trade. Once there is a gap, we have a direction. Okay. Oh, great. So for soybean, I'm going in for a buy. For corn, I'm going in for a buy. And for wheat, oh boy, there is no direction on wheat. But I will still go in for a buy on wheat. There is no direction on wheat, but I will still go in for a buy. So if you don't want to take up wheat trading, it is fine. But I will still go in for a buy. But corn and soybean, I'm going in for a buy on corn and soybean. Corn and soybean, I'm going in for a buy. Wheat, I will also go in for a buy. I will also go in for a buy on wheat. Do you understand? I will also go in for a buy on wheat. Okay? So for corn and soybean, I'll go for a buy. But for wheat, I will also go in for a buy. I will also go in for a buy. I may not be able to explain to you why I will also go in for a buy on wheat, even though there is no any specific direction. But I will go in for a further buy on wheat. All right. So I guess you should have been able to make some good profit. For those of you that traded on US 30, you should have made some good returns on that. I didn't really talk about much about US 100, but I think as at the time I opened it, I also said what was it called? Continuous buy. Okay, so let me just take one last question from this page, and then would call it a day. All right, so that is okay. Great. Look at dollar index. Dollar index has broken within this point, and dollar index is currently inside the blue box. So with that, we are buying dollar index now. Good. GBP USD and Euro USD most times move in one direction. Why? Because both of them are quoted against one currency. GBP USD is quoted against dollar. Euro USD is quoted against dollar. So anytime there is a weakness or strength in dollar, actually affect the same instrument. So that is actually why it's as if they move in the same direction. And of course, both of them are still in the same Eurozone. It's just that they have the different monetary policies and the rest of them. So that being said, that is actually why we see that. So please, for dollar index, go for a buy on dollar. So if you're going for a buy on dollar, you should know what you should do to other instruments. So buy dollar index. Buy dollar index. Do we have branch in Ijebu-Ode? We're actually working on getting one established in Ijebu-Ode, and we normally have trainings subsequently in Ijebu-Ode. So just find out from your AM the day we're having a training in Ijebu-Ode, then be part of it. And I want to see you there. You can actually ask about me during the event. Then I should be able to have a one-on-one talk with you. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. But like I said, buy dollar index. And of course, if you're going to be buying dollar index, it means that you can sell gold, you can sell US 30, you can sell US 100. Okay, please don't sell US 100 because it's currently been doing differently, but sell US 2000 also. And you can also sell D30, by the way. All right, so I believe you're buying corn, you're buying wheat, and you're buying soya bean. You should be buying corn, you should be buying wheat, and you're buying soya bean. And if you're using one standard lot on each of them, you should have already been on a massive profit. And if you did, congratulations. And thank you for joining me today. We're going to be seeing the same time, same link. My contact. Okay, ask your AM to give you my contact and then reach out to me. Let's talk. Your account manager, by the way, that's what the AM is. And the person that I said I'm going to see at Ijebu-Ode, just look out for the day we're going to be having a training there and then ask about me. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. See you the same time tomorrow, same channel. God bless you.